Hey, I want to share with you a brand new update to ZimmWriter that has completely overhauled custom prompts and how they work to give you so much more power. You can save up to 50 custom prompts inside of ZimmWriter. You can apply them wherever you want to the intro, conclusion, the subsections, all different prompts to all those different areas. You can also use them as custom variables. Let me demonstrate how it all works. So you can use a custom prompt in the bulk writer, in the penny arcade, or the SEO writer. They all have buttons that look like this, custom prompt. You'll click it to bring up this interface. Okay. Now this is the custom prompt editor where you can edit your custom prompt and then you can put a name for it if you want to save it. Okay. So we have a couple saved in here. Here's a Seuss one. Rewrite the text like Dr. Seuss. Then I have a Shell one that is rewrite the text like Shel Silverstein. Okay, these are both, I guess Shel Silverstein's a poet. Would you call Dr. Seuss a poet? I guess he was. And then you can decide where you want your different custom prompts to apply. So you can say, okay, I want Dr. Seuss to apply just for the intro, but for the subsections, I want Shel Silverstein to apply. And that's all you have to do, all right? Because now when you close it, it's going to be enabled and we'll have Dr. Seuss going for the intro and Shel Silverstein for the different subheadings. Now, if you don't like that, if you just want to remove these, you can either select none for these, or you can click clear all, and that will clear it all out and disable the custom prompt. Okay. Now let's create a new one. Let me just show you how the interface works. So we'll say rewrite the text to shorten sentences longer than 8 words while rewriting the text to improve clarity. I know that's an ambiguous term, but we'll just run with it. And then we'll call this CP underscore rewrite. Now you might be asking why, I'll click save. Why why this naming convention? Why do we have to name it CP in these curly brackets, CP underscore rewrite? All right. The reason for that is, and by the way, you can also now it's in here, so you can apply your rewrite wherever you want. The reason we have this naming scheme, the curly brackets, CP, and then underscore, and then whatever you want it to be, and it can be multiple words too. You can say rewrite the text, and that can be our name also. The reason we call it this is because if we go over to the custom outline and we load up a custom outline, we can actually put this in the custom outline. So we can have CP rewrite the text. And the reason why you might want to do this is maybe you have different prompts for different things. So maybe you're doing like a recipe post, or maybe you have an Amazon review and you want a specific prompt for that specific subsection. So as an example, you have like pros and cons up here. Maybe you want a specific prompt for that only applies to this particular section. It wouldn't apply to other ones. You can do that now with the custom variable that you've created. You can also use this inside of the SEO writer. So in the SEO writer, maybe you have like how to wash a dog and it's buy supplies. You can say, okay, I want my custom prompt to apply right there. You can do that too. A lot of flexibility with this. Let's go back to the bulk writer, custom prompt. You can also select your model. By default is GPT 3.5 Turbo. We can specify 4 if you have access to it, or DaVinci. If you don't already know this, you can write your article with like Turbo, for instance, and then have the different model like GPT-4 using your different prompts. Now, there's one more very important thing I want you guys to read. I hope you've watched the video up to this point because this is the most important point right here. See this link to this directions. I'm going to click it and open it up. And a lot of the different features inside of ZimmWriter have links like this. Click those links, read the directions. This one is incredibly important for you to read, okay? This teaches you what the custom prompts are, where you can use them, stuff like that. But what's most important is I show you my prompt behind the scenes, because this prompt, I don't just feed your prompt into OpenAI. What I'll feed in is this. I'll feed in context. So this is the actual prompt that I'm feeding into OpenAI with your custom prompt, okay? So I feed in context, and then that's the article title or the subheading title. So if you go to the intro and you like put this Seuss thing in right now, it's gonna feed this prompt in, and the article title will be in here, okay? And then the text to modify. It will actually paste in, ZimmWriter will, behind the scenes, you won't see this, it will paste in the introduction, okay? Then it'll say modify the text according to these rules. And this is where ZimmWriter will paste in your prompt. Now, why this is so important to understand is so you understand how to create your prompt and how to refer to the content that you want rewritten. So let's open up the Dr. Seuss one, for instance. I said, rewrite the text like Dr. Seuss. Now, the text, see, I have text to modify. So when you put like, when you substitute your prompt in here, rewrite the text like Dr. Seuss, GPT 3.5 Turbo or GPT-4 or whatever is going to know that you're talking about this section in here, which is going to have the introduction. So don't have something like this. Don't have rewrite the introduction like Dr. Seuss, because the AI is not going to know what the introduction is. Why? Because this is what's fed into OpenAI. So again, if we're applying this to the introduction, if we're applying this custom prompt to the introduction, what will be fed into OpenAI will be this block of text here. And it will have context, and then it will have the title of the article, how to wash a dog, for instance. And then the text to modify. If we're applying this to the intro, this will be the introduction content. And then it will have modify the text according to these rules. And that's where your custom prompt will be pasted in. Okay, and then it has the modified text and you'll get the output in here. This applies everywhere. So if you go for the subheadings, for instance, you put in this Shel Silverstein one, the context fed in will be the subheading title. The text to modify will be that subheading content, okay? Modify the text according to these rules, and this will be your prompt. So please read this because you'll dramatically improve the quality of your custom prompt, knowing what I'm feeding OpenAI on the back end. So that's it. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. Tell me how you're liking it. Tell me how you're using it. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Join the Facebook group. We're very close to 11,000 members now. Even if you don't use ZimmWriter, join the group. There's lots of SEO and AI advice in there. There's links to ZimmWriter down below. That's all I got. Good luck with your content generation. I'll talk to you later.